Kids. And Mama the Fool, Mama the Fool. Alright, put this tab up here. Alright, looking. I gotta send this link out. I got a couple people that said they wanted to see this stream.
Uh, we live right now. So.
Yeah, we live.
And Kuzma getting NBA commercials is hilarious, dog.
Is he?
I'm watching Summer League right now. You got a commercial. He's crazy.
That's different.
I
What team are you watching? Washington Wizards playing something?
don't even know what team yet. Mental health ad. That's what it was.
Interesting.
Got to have strong mental health play from Washington.
All right. Let's get started. All right. What's going on, everybody? This is Jay Leno. I'm here with my guy, Ross, to talk about the Death of Slim Shady album that was released last night. How you doing today, Jay?
I'm good. Good. It was Jay. What's up?
All right, Jay. So going into this album, or you know what? Yeah, what'd you think of the album? Let's do it that way.
I like the album. It's a great conceptual album. You can tell the work was put in. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
He found a pocket in that album of a sound that I like, that hasn't been duplicated. So I have to give him a lot of credit for being creative. Like I said, finding a sound that he can kind of tone as his own and still separating himself from a lot of his old music. You can tell that he's worked with a lot of people in future music making, so he doesn't sound like he's stuck in the past. So I give it 9 out of 10. I liked it a lot. I enjoyed the listen. The lyrics were top tier. The delivery was top tier. Um, Everything was great. I have not too many complaints.
I mean, I pretty much I agree with you completely. I feel like he's I mean he's one of those guys who always works on his crafts. I mean, if I could only imagine if he were to take a break, he's still like behind the scenes, still sharpening his sword and still going out there and sparring
Yeah.
music and sonically. I mean, this is to some, and at least to me, is one of the top rappers of all time, if not
Yeah.
the to a lot of other people.
I agree. And he showed it on this album. I really think he separated himself from the mix. It was one of those albums that came out that let the others know that I still got it. It's kind of like that LeBron right now coming out and putting up 40 on a random night against the young guys, just to show he still do what needs to be done.
Okay. All in all, like how this album was 18 tracks.
Yeah.
How do you feel like? Do you feel like that's too much, too little, just enough?
Um, as of lately, my cap has been 18 songs. Uh, I think majority albums these days should be somewhere in between 12 and 18. Once it gets to be 18, it's too long, and if it's beneath 10 or 12, it gets to be too short. So I thought it was right on the cusp, but it still wasn't a long album due to the skits. I think that shortens the album up a lot compared to
Mm,
what you might think that it is. But the skits are still necessary and needed to show the growth of the album.
mm, yeah. Okay, I'm with you. So yeah, there was a tweet that said that this was a concept album. It's concept album. So I had to listen to the. So I wouldn't say had to. I wanted to listen to the album, and I listened to it a couple of times. And the storyline that I got out of Death of Slim Shady was, especially at the very beginning, to me it appeared that Slim Shady is like an alternate personality of Marshall, and probably at actually at Renaissance was when we finally see the appearance of Slim Shady appearing.
Mhm.
And leading into that, it felt like with Renaissance going into Habits that Slim Shady got Marshall drugged up again. So I mean, there's always been a history of Eminem and using his drugs, and for a lot of people, they feel like Eminem's best music is when he's intoxicated.
Yeah, you do have a fan base that feels that way. Um, yeah, it was definitely a lot of those. I think I think he was in this album. You could hear somebody at a crossroads. You could hear somebody fighting their demons. You can also, what I liked about this album, because I don't think there was a death of Slim Shady in this album. I think
Mm.
there was more of, to me, it sounded like Slim Shady came alive in this album. Honestly,
Okay.
um, it sounded like somebody who was fighting the demons within himself, and to order to reach his fullest potential, he was going to have to use the best and the worst of himself in order to get ahead. So all the characteristics of himself, Slim Shady, that I didn't like, he had to use in order to be great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I
So
mean, yeah. That's I mean, that's an excellent take. I mean, as an overall, that kind of that almost not just this album, that might explain his whole career.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, I didn't really. I might have to listen again, but I didn't really hear Slim Shady die a lot in this album. I think I've heard more Slim Shady than I heard of Marshall, and that's okay. I think Marshall maybe would have been the last 4 or 5 tracks, but
Yeah.
at least 15 to 14 out of the 18 was Slim Shady, and that's okay.
Yep.
I'm not mad at that at all. But great album, great album.
Yeah, I
Nice
only
one.
got I feel like we got a glance at Marshall at Renaissance, and probably right right at track 12, the skit breaking news going into Guilty Conscience. That's when Marshall and Slim face off, and yeah, I agree with you. From 13 and beyond, it's clear that that's Marshall.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into the first track, Renaissance, and then check out the lyrics.
mhm.
One moment. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So going into Renaissance, boom. I'll tell you what, man. Genius is on point. Like same day, they might have an AI generating these
Hey,
lyrics, dog.
they probably do. I mean, they give explanations too to people who don't understand. That's the craziest thing about it, actually.
So, yeah. So M comes in, hocks a loogie, and goes with balls in his with balls in his do rag. He sags, fearing no man. He stands, pen in his hand like Edward Scissorhands, with slice competition and just about his business. Anyone who knows about him knows about his shindig, shenanigans, and all his wacky antics in the papers. Shady's dangling a baby dangling. Shady's dangling a baby tangled in a blanket strangling.
Yeah, yeah, that's classic Slim
I
Shady.
mean, if people aren't aware, this is classic Slim Shady.
Yeah.
You're probably more familiar with with M's past albums of lately. Did you get any glimpses of Slim Shady and the past couple of albums?
Definitely did. Kamikaze, Kamikaze 1 and 2 had a lot of Slim Shady in it. Um, a lot of poking fun at the media, a lot of having a good time. Um, I'll say though, Revival was more Marshall. a lot less Slim Shady. But I mean, the skill's always there. You know, it's normally the subject matter between Shady and Marshall that changes the dynamic between the two. But the skill is there. But I do like this song a lot. I do like this song. Not necessarily so much the beginning. I think the beginning shows his lyrical skill, but when you get to um, when he starts talking about the temperature and the temperament towards music these days,
Mm-hmm.
um, about this area right here, where now let's travel inside the mind of a hater. Because I don't see no fans. All I see is a bunch of complainers. Kendrick album was cool, but it didn't have any bangers. Wayne's album or Ye's couldn't tell me which one was lamer. Joyner's Lucas album was corny. Shady shit was worse. Everything in it, there's too much anger. I didn't even like the beat, so I hated might delete later. Nerdy pricks, I wouldn't find it. There's something wrong with 36 chambers. It's what they do to the greats. Pick apart a Picasso and make an excuse to hate. So you can wait till your flowers until you're blue in the face. Stupid you ain't gonna get them until your funeral. Wait. That
Mm.
great analogy of what's going on.
Like,
Like,
yeah, like
uh,
I mean, that's a part of like that. It felt so like nostalgic to get the I call it ramble rap of Eminem, but like this isn't rambling. He's using the cadences
no.
of it, but he's actually delivering and making a point. Track one.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe
like
this is Marshall. At this point, this is Marshall talking.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I like that he's paying attention to what's going on in the culture. Because right now in the culture of music and fanhood, you have, just like us, you have a lot of podcasters, you have a lot of people with opinions, you have a lot of fans. And so they're picking apart great pieces of work and not giving people the flowers that they actually deserve and not taking the time to enjoy the music as it stands, or they're listening to people and looking for something else when it's not, you're not gonna get that from this artist, you know. So I appreciated this to let me know that he's paying attention. You know, he's not just out here rapping for no reason. You know, he's on the blog sites, he's on the websites, he's on the Twitters, he's paying attention to what's going out there in the atmosphere. You have to respect that from an artist, because so many times you have artists like Lil Wayne who, you know, they tell people in these interviews that they don't know what's going on, they don't have a hand on the culture, they have people procreating or making all the decisions for them instead of them actually know what's going on in the culture, what's popular, and what's going on. So I like that. That means he's listened to all these albums. That means he listened to what the fans have said about these albums. That means he's paying attention to the competition in this thing of music. You gotta love that.
Yeah, it checks all boxes, and a lot of the requirements and expectations. A lot of the rappers and the camaraderie, you know, ask for. Eminem checks off those boxes, and you know he done it the right way. He's had his iconic moment in hip hop. He might be able to reach it again with this album that's out right now. But I mean, more than anything, he delivers everything in its criteria of judgment of being a great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of great music.
So going into the second track called Habits, this is when I realized that, well, basically what it appears to be is that Slim Shady is basically convinced Marshall to get drugged up again. And going into Habits, I believe the producer is White Gold. Well, I guess both of them are probably on the track together.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. We've got Eminem goes, been waiting a long time for this shit. Long time no see. Thought you got rid of my ass. Oh, yeah, this is Shady. This is Eminem and Shady talking to each other. Thought you got rid of my ass, huh? All right, here's what we're gonna do. Piece of shit. You take this, no, or put a bullet between your fucking eyes. I don't want to. Here, fuck no. Then we'll split it. And he says no. Eminem then goes in, half an Advan, I'm driving. I'm driving straight out of van in a black sedan, fast as I can. In Pakistan, getting chased by Pakistanis. You know how I roll. You know how I roll, bitch. I'm an avalanche. This is my
Mhm.
shit. I'm gonna spit it how I want to spit it. Yeah, this is Shady talking.
Mhm.
Whoever gets offended, suck a dick and fuck a critic. But to get retarded on this motherfucking shit, you can't say retarded. Shut up, midget. The fuck, and we've
Mhm.
been trying to break the habit of saying any R words. Yeah, but I'm still an addict. So it's getting harder. So it's getting harder. Been calling bitches hoes since kindergartner. See, this is another thing that I think Eminem will probably be the first, if not the original. Well, one of the few artists that actually bend words to complete a rhyme scheme.
Mhm.
Unless you may have any examples of like word bending for bars that you've heard,
No,
probably.
I mean there's plenty of MCs that does it, but I mean, uh, lyrical content wise, he slaughtered this. The wordplay was top tier. A lot of similes, a lot of metaphors, a lot of double and triple entendres. I like the way that he's using the same word to have two meanings. A lot of artists aren't on that level of doing that. So as much as he done in this verse, one of the main things I like about this song is this song to me sets the tone for this album. Um, the beat on this is a very melodramatic beat. It's not too fast and it's not too slow. So he's able to find a pocket in where he can get his bars off to this, and the flow matches the tone. He. If you listen to the song, you can hear that somebody has an addiction, and they're in the process of getting high, drunk, or shooting up, and so the beat to this matches the slow motion feeling that you would have if you were under the influence. And
Mm.
that's what makes this song so good that you can feel it because it has the groggy beat, but it's on a pace. And anybody that's under the influence, they move at a different pace and they're all over the place. So the beat and the chorus match the subject matter to a T because it follows the mind state and the mindset. So I really like this song. I think the chorus is great. Whatever producer that he locked in with for this album, um, this track right here and this beat right here sets he's in this pocket for the majority of the album and this
Mm.
song right here. And this is a great pocket. This is good level production. This is the sound from M that we don't get too often. And you can tell that he's updated how he produces music. Um, because this doesn't sound like a Dre beat. This sounds similar, close to a lot of his Eminem show beats from the past, but
Okay.
he's found a pocket in where he has a new sound, and that's always good coming from an artist of his genre, especially of his age. Because a lot of the old MCs they come back to the game doing what they started until he made a difference. I like this song a lot. It's probably my favorite song on the album, and I
Okay.
see
Okay.
why it's favorite too, because it's placed directly. When you need something to set the tone, how the rest of the album is going to sound like, what the subject matter is going to be, this follows it right up.
I, I mean, you couldn't have said it any better than that. I mean, I'm just going to add on to what you had to say because I mean, I agree with so much with what you had to say. Um, a lot of people have believed or said in the past that Eminem doesn't necessarily have much subject matter. They don't really vibe with what he has to talk about. But in the same sense of, I mean, what everybody in this world is dealing with is I mean, this substance abuse is almost an epidemic in the world and definitely in the United States. And so some people may not feel like they can gravitate towards Eminem. This is an example that people look past and go over their head, or they just don't give a fuck. But Eminem is being relative. We're talking about drug addiction and battling his inner demons, which it seems to be Slim freaking Shady.
Yeah,
But yeah, I
I
mean,
agree.
those are. I mean, Yeah, those are. I mean, that's habits. He kind of goes into, okay, what was a kid from Detroit who knew how to destroy the booth? Yeah, I
I
mean,
like
they're
that.
pretty. You
I
said
like
what?
that verse. I like that verse a lot too. Um, I like where he went with this verse, where he took it, because the first verse is Slim Shady, in my opinion, and the second verse is Eminem. So
Mm,
he could be, the first verse is I'm causing chaos, I'm an addict and I don't care. You know what I mean? The second verse is I'm a kid from Detroit who I had something to prove when I started rapping, and these are my thoughts. And people get pissed off about them, but time where nobody cared about these thoughts, or these thoughts were so offensive in my time, and so I think that's what this second verse kind of
one
is,
second.
because because he says it. I'm not trying to poison the youth. I'm toying with you. This is my joy. You know, this is my true sentiments. But women get pissed. You know, blowing cutlasses, and he gets into a lot of the transphobic shit that's going on, and all of the topics of concern at this time. But he's saying, I'm from an era where this shit didn't matter. You know,
Yeah, I was about to say nobody was so sensitive. Yeah, I mean, Slim Shady, since
yeah,
supposedly he's been away for so long.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, even verse 3, mom shaming, dad shaming, fat shaming, man shaming, crybabies attack Shady, the censors like look out like the Avengers. So I mean, a word like ginger that turning into the N word. I mean, he's like he's getting at a lot of the social issues with the words you use and what you do in the time period, you know, and it's a lot for Eminem to deal with, you know. So I appreciate that in this verse right here. This is one of the things I appreciate in this song. Um, and then, like I said, it shows you both Eminem and Shady on the track together.
Yeah, I mean, again, just I think it's just like how you had mentioned. It set the tone of the album, and as an all in all, that's kind of what the blueprint of a great Shady album has always been.
Mm.
I guess if we break it down to the Slim Shady LP that had My Name Is,
Mm-hmm.
it was in a sense he did the same thing. He talked about
Mm-hmm.
bullying. He had drug ballad. Then he talked about how pop culture making fun of it. So
Yeah.
I think at this point, I think he so far he's going. I think he's going to pinpoint these moments in our lives as long as he's going to be involved in hip hop. And I think that's what sets him apart from that's his milestone in hip hop of his career.
Mm. Yeah.
All right.
I definitely hear that he's getting a lot of points across. That he's getting a lot of thoughts out, letting his frustrations go about what's going on in the culture.
So at this point, then we got the second song called Trouble.
Mm.
Let's see here. All right, here, drinking. Okay, so now I'm trying to remember. So in Habits, was he talking to him about getting messed up?
And habits, nah, I think he was just talking about you having addiction. Um, I think
Okay, he's
I think they
confronting.
might
Okay,
have been, I think he might have been forcing him to. I want to say,
because at Trouble, he's actually telling him to have a drink.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, then we go into fuck blind. You're telling people to fuck. Okay, fuck blind people and deaf people, crippled
Mm.
people,
Yeah, I remember this.
quadriplegics, and he goes into Christopher Reeves.
Yeah,
Now we're getting back into crazy Shady. He's at this point he's
yeah,
taking over and he's
yeah. I think the next song, this is an intro to the next song, pretty much. I think it shows Shady getting control. Um, yeah, because Brand New Dance follows this, and I think it sets the tone for Brand New Dance. Because he's got some Christopher Reeves in Brand New Dance. I like this. I like the beat to this. I'm not sure who produced, but they did a great job. And I actually, when I heard this, I wished it was longer. This felt like a snippet. Yeah. I felt like he was doing some good rapping on this, and it cuts off. It has a build up when it. He goes, "Fuck blind people, deaf people suck," and so do cripples, and caught up. He starts to look like he's gonna build up into really getting into something, and then it cuts off, and then it goes to the next song. But I like the beat on this. I like the cadence. I like the flow. I like the attitude. I like the delivery where it was going. Like I said, it's a great way to set the tone for what follows next. How do you feel?
I mean, with Brand New Dance, I felt like it's not one of my favorites on this album, but I feel like this is a shelf song. That
this song,
this song in particular, the Brand New Dance track. I felt like, I definitely felt like this was an older track.
The Brand New Dance is the one skip on this album that I really do not care for. Brand New Dance.
I was about to say
Brand New Dance to me sounds like it was produced in 2008 or 9 when he was working on Eminem show, and it actually, if you listen to it,
Eminem show's like probably 3 or 4.
Yeah, it has the same rhythm as the name of my band, the D12 song. You could literally play those songs together. It has the same cadence, the same flow, the same rhythm. It was I felt like I heard this song before. Like he
made reference to it later on in this album that this actually is an older track.
Yeah. So it looked like insert Shady track here. So it was probably my least favorite. Lyrically, he does what Eminem does on this song, but it's not. I get the purpose of it for being on this album. I just think he should have produced something else to go in this place.
I think this was fan service, but I think it was fan service. But the weird part about it is let me see here. On the Guilty Conscious track that's on this album, he said that this particular track is an older track, but he had to have punched in a third verse because Caitlyn Jenner wasn't freaking relevant in 2003 or 4.
Yeah, he might have updated it, or he might have just kept the beat, and added to it. But I definitely. I know the Christopher Reeves and the Superman and the Spider-Man, that was still relevant, but he might have added a third verse. But this is the one skip on this album that I would add. Because I think this is a skip. But this is a skip.
Yeah, this is definitely a skip. This actually was a track that was mentioned. I think this is the track he said that he cut from. It might have been Encore or Curtain Call because Christopher Reeves actually died, so he didn't want to come out with it. This album got cut. I mean, this song got cut. So
it should have stayed.
Great
rapping. It's literally the only problem with this song is the production and the fact that we've heard it before. Other than that. It would still be a good song if we didn't have it already. But at the same time, he has fans who want to hear this, so maybe it fits them better than it does me. But that's my one skip of this album, if you're asking me.
So then, I mean, pretty much going into the next track, Evil, I'm only assuming that, now he woke up hungover. He said, woke up with an attitude today in the mood. He said, not in the mood to play, might start a feud with Dre and ask him to shoot the fade. All I do is spray, spew the hate while I fuel the flames. Who to blame for my screwed up brain? You should say
See
you
this
should
right here.
you.
Let
Mhm.
me. I'm sorry to interrupt you. My bad.
Go ahead.
Um, this is where I felt like he tapped into his Slim Shady and said, in order to be who I need to be, I'm gonna be this right here on this song, Evil. You know, he woke up explaining who he is, how he felt, and what's on his mind, and that he wasn't gonna sugarcoat on this right here. I feel like this is Marshall
Mm.
speaking in his tone of I am evil. I don't not give a fuck. This is me, you know, and I'm going to speak on it and let it fly. But I love this
Mm.
song. I love the beat on this also. And this
Hey,
follows, like I
Don
say,
Cannon. This is a Don Cannon beat.
never
Yeah,
thought I'd hear it today.
Cannon, Cannon, Cannon.
You know, that's a good person to work with. You know, especially coming from Eminem. That he was in the pocket on this. I like it.
All I do is spray, spew the hate while I feel the flames. Who to blame for my screwed up brain? You could say in the booth I'm a human a to the I'm a human to I'm a human a to how I'm trying to say how I can say it. I'm a
I'm a
human a
human.
to K. Yeah, A to
Yeah.
the K. I'm a human A to the K. Haley, look at them two beautiful beauty gray poodles. How cute are they? Fuck. Well, let's look. Let's. Well, looks like the pooches are screwed today. Stuck in my ruthless ways. Yep, and I refuse to change. Nothing to lose or gain. Guess I just. Guess I just choose to stay. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Yeah. That's pretty much a summary of what we heard.
Yeah, I mean, second verse, he gets into you know his addiction again. He's talking about his medicine cabinet and all that he's got. And I might just have Slim say something that's probably problematic to laugh at, you know, but oh well, you know what I mean. And
Mm.
then I like this song. I like this verse. He talks about having fans that feel the same way. You know, I'm not the only one who feels this way. I'm just the only one bold enough to speak like this. So I mean, he even talks about running into Caitlyn Jenner and having to deal with these things that he says. You know, so
Mm.
um, like I said, he tapped into how he feels, his emotions, his thoughts, who he is, and what he's gonna be. And that he seems in this album, I can hear that he's not ashamed to be Slim Shady. In the past, he
Mm.
felt it. You know, Slim Shady was two separate people. Like I said, he's becoming one within in this album, and I appreciate it. I like it. It's actually sometimes the growth is not being a better person, but accepting who you are.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, this. Pretty much in a nutshell, that's what it is. At least, because, like, at a certain point, it's like, did he kill him? I think you might be on to something at this point. Well, I guess without going further into the album,
Hmm.
listening to these first couple of tracks, it definitely appears that just like you had said, piggybacking off of you, he's just accepted that he's got Slim here. He's accepted this demon, and he's basically running with this demon, this demonic
Yeah,
spirit that's within himself.
right.
So evil
And
rides to the core.
yeah, I even like the next album. I think the next song is the "All You Got" skit, where I think Slim says, "Look, motherfucker, this what the fans like, you know. Nobody
Mm.
likes Marshall. They like Shady. You know, these ticket sellers they come to see Shady. They don't come to see you. You know, they want to hear the crazy shit, and I bet that takes a toll on Eminem. You know, being who he is and having ego. You know, I think Eminem. You you don't know if Eminem prefers to be loved for his skill and his penmanship, or if he wants to be loved for his outlandish, Slim Shady attitude,
And
or you know the controversy. You know, so that's a big deal right there in that album. and that's in just about the middle of the album. That's a great conversation to be had because what are true Eminem fans? Uh, are they fans of his penmanship and his
Or it's
craft?
controversy.
Or are they fans of his controversy? That's a big
Yeah.
discussion, and I don't think that debate's ever been had. Honestly, hasn't been discussed a lot. So that pinpointed a lot for me because the next time we have one of these hip hop discussions, I want to ask people, you like his music, you like the controversy, and
I'm gonna put that in the chat too.
yeah, yeah. But as a fan, are they respecting his pen, or are they not paying attention to the controversy? So I like that skit there. That skit is a very pivotal point to me. Um, and like I said, it sets the tone for the very next song. So I like that.
No qualms there with that. I honestly, the concept album Eminem might be the way to go forever. It's instead of doing a collection. But I mean, these are artists. I don't, may not always want to be held down and being
Right,
restricted. They should have their artistic freedoms.
right.
And after this, we're going to go into Lucifer. So so any chance do you think that he's in a dream at this point? If he were to give if he's painting a story verbally, could this be a
Mhm.
metaphor that he's hung over or possibly fighting for his life while intoxicated?
Um,
Or
I
am I stretching it? Or am I doing am I reaching?
uh, well, on this album, he could be hungover, or he could be dealing with. Uh, in the album, I would say he could have gotten drunk. I think in the album conceptually, I think Slim might have kidnapped Eminem and forced him to come to his addictions, and then started talking to him. You know that's what I think happened. I mean, I think Slim might have kidnapped him, forced him to drink some alcohol, got him high on some pills, and then they started to have conversations. That's what it sounds like on this album. Um, to Eminem the person, I think that these are his conflicting thoughts. You know, um, every artist, um, they have insecurities, they have thoughts, they have feelings about their career and how it's went. And I think this is his way of expressing it. When you get into Lucifer, he talks about before I get banned and get kicked off TikTok and Twitter. That's a issue that artists have. That's a rapper issue.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we've seen. I
That's
mean,
not
we've
an
seen
everyday
this
issue.
happen.
So I think he's getting his feelings off by using the conversation between Eminem and Slim Shady under the influence.
Comes in before I get banned, kicked off Twitter and TikToks because they so damn ticked off, bitter. They want me to bounce like fabric softener.
Mhm.
We just got rid of Ye. Go
Mhm.
kick rocks with him. Hey, go kick rocks with him, hey. But Dre on beats with the white face, Blondie on the mic is like what? Having Steady B and Cool C in the ride. Like we rap and did a little bank robbery on the side. So they want beef we can make like Bonnie and Clyde. Haters commit the same exact fate as my dad. Wait, at least he didn't miss me graduate. Okay, yeah, great, but mom, I do still like, I still act eight. Maybe a little Debbie, like a snack cake. Slut.
Mhm.
Well, he still ain't forgot about his mom.
Nah, nah, nah. I mean, like I said, this is a Marshall Mathers. I'm discussing my issues song right here. He's talking about having issues with the internet age issues. You can't speak your mind. You can't say how you feel. Um, Uh, he still has issues with his mom, with his parents, and it still affects him. He still doesn't, he still has that anger towards all of them. Um, you know, portraying himself as Lucifer kid, cold day in hell, take the misery. Uh, I bought heaven and put it up for fun. When he said I bought heaven and put it up for sale, it made me look at it as if I don't enjoy happiness. You know,
Wow.
he said that um, because heaven is supposed to be peak happiness, but a lot of people they get to what is supposed to be happiness and they still don't enjoy it. So that's and that could be the cause of a lot of people's depression, anxiety, and addictions right there. So um, I like that. This is the second verse is when he gets into talking about Candace Owens and what she's doing, and he got into a different type of bag.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if he. I think in this second verse, he might have wanted to get into some controversy, and I think he
Oh
didn't
yeah,
care
for sure, for sure.
because he talks about his fans being satanic like the cult, and then he gets into somebody else's, um, cult like following when he's talking about Candace Owens, and he's always hated the MAGA, and he got his shit off in this, man.
And I mean, to be
Um,
honest with you, Candace Owens didn't like it either.
yeah,
she had a she had something to say immediately, quick response.
her, this content for her. She can't wait. I imagine, she straight to work.
There's a lot
You know.
happening here. First thing I want to say is Eminem is obviously a gay man. It's very sad that Eminem cleaned out his closet but never came out of his closet. But let's get to these lyrics. I'll read them to you. He writes, or says, or raps, and Candace O, I ain't mad at her. I ain't gonna throw the fact BITCH forgot she was black at her. Oh, laugh at her like them crackers she's backing after her back is turned in a cute MAGA hat with her brand new White Lives Matter shirt. Haha, no. Or say this MAGA dirtbag in a skirt just opened the biggest can of worms on the whole planet Earth. Call her Grand Wizard, yeah, Clandis, haha, or Grand Dragon, or like the national anthem, I won't stand for the tramp. Why? But I can diss her, because my plans are to get in her pants, and I'll blow my chance if I answer back to her. Oh, but I can't diss her because his plans are to get in my pants. Ew, you disgust me. Okay, a lot going on here. I think first and foremost, I just would like to again remind people that he is in fact a struggling internally gay man, and so there's a lot happening with Eminem, and we should pray for him. On the second point, the way that we know that is because he's actually recycling things that black women have said about me on the internet. Like he's pretending this is original, calling me Clandis. It's not. This is like he's just recycling.
Does that make him homosexual?
The black women that
But
don't like me on the internet.
but Candace
a lot of
definitely
mainstream, one of
is
them
firing
being
back.
Candy O. So he's
I
like,
mean, that's what
watch
she
what
do.
you're
I
saying,
mean, it's
and I
internet
guess someone
games,
who was listening to him in the
content.
booth was like, yeah, this is a good one.
Man, it's
Yeah,
supposed
drop
to,
the
I was
beat.
about to say,
Really,
man, I love me
really,
some
really
Candace,
like
just
that.
as far as
By the way, there's
relationships, and I'm a fan of her with holding African Americans accountable. Accountability is a big thing with her. How much do you think? Do you think this is going to blow up the album or take things any further? I mean, it's only been maybe 20 hours since the album had came out.
I don't think it'll be far. This is a couple. This will get a couple of views, and then 2 days later, they'll find more things to care about. Yeah, I don't see this as a big deal. Um, Candace is Candace. She'll always be Candace. Nothing. Hey, like I'm not really a fan of Candace Owens or what she says or who she stands by, but she is who she is. Eminem is who he is. Nothing's changing out of this. I don't think the Candace Owens fans are Eminem fans. I don't think Eminem fans are Candace Owens fans. So it's not too much of a big deal to me.
Could this? Well, I mean, I guess basically, you don't think the media is going to respond to this or make this a headline, or is this something that's just going to breeze through the wind? It's going to be a quick internet fart that's just going to blow away.
Yeah, I mean, I think 2 days later, somebody's going to jump off a building and we'll be talking about something else. The internet moves fast, so I mean, I think something will happen in a day or two, and we'll be past this.
Okay. All right, so I mean, after Lucifer, this album follows up with Antichrist. I think this is just an extension of Eminem accepting this demon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was sliced and the devil came to Michigan. Oh shit, fuck. PC police. Gen Z, here they come now, about to unload rounds. And pronouns. So I mean, at this point, so far, let's do a checklist of attacks that Slim Shady has done.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got
Candace
Owens attack.
Bruce Jenner.
We got Caitlyn Bruce.
Or is it? Yeah, whoever Jenner. Let's see. We got Gen Z.
Crippled people, little people,
deaf people, blind people. The trans community as a whole. People who use different pronouns. He getting his shit off. Not gonna lie. I mean, I like it. The internet, the music trolls. He started off the album, talking about them. The common fan that's too opinionated, as they say. So he's getting his attacks out. I like it.
I feel like it got creative. I think at this point, there's not too many other musicians that are willing to tap in this bag and want to attack this community. I don't know if I've heard too many rap artists.
Most rappers don't have issues with the community. Their fans don't really. The trans community doesn't really spend a lot of time in rap. The majority of them only listen to Nicki Minaj. So,
they've made some examples of rappers that had slick stuff to say about homosexuals. I mean, we've got the Baby, who had the AIDS line, and he hasn't recovered since then. And by the way, he's been spitting his ass off.
Yeah. I think that was the one example, But I think it would have came across better if he did it in the music. The Baby did it like on stage, just talking, And I think, for some reason you can insult people with a beat to it. You can't just do what they feel about themselves. But, hey, it's what it is.
You know what? People might just be in cheer more so than attack instead of treating these statements and these bars as controversy. My favorite line on here was he said, "Cause I can spit a bar like it's cross between Nas and Jizza, Biggie Smalls and RZA. So hard, Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj scissor." I love that. I love that line because I immediately imagined a fantasy that I could have in my dream with Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion.
It's a good dream. I'm telling you that. It's a good dream. You know what I mean, that's a dream you don't want to wake up from. But great trendy bars, expressing himself. It's not a skip, but I feel like it does what Lucifer did in the first song before. So I don't know if it's necessarily needed it, but it re-emphasized the point. Lucifer and Antichrist, they definitely follow the same thing.
Different beat, yeah, pretty much same, yeah. So more so, would you I mean, it's good placement. Would you would you have rathered Eminem to get rid of one of those, or still keep it as is?
Um, I'm not sure at the moment. Um, I if I had to pick between the two songs, I think Lucifer is a better song. So if he was gonna take one off, I think it would be Antichrist. But if you need to reinforce your point, then Antichrist is needed. If that was what he wanted to do, if he wanted to make his point twice that I'm a demon, you know, and you didn't get it the first time, then it's needed. You know, it's based on his intention. But I got the point, so I would say it's not needed. But that's just the over critique. It's over critique.
Okay, I got you. And then we're gonna go into the next track, which is building up to the most popular track on the album, and that's Fuel.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, what was your thoughts like even hearing JID and what's your thoughts on this Fuel song?
Originally when I heard Fuel, because I had my a lot of the features are not shown on this album. In the when you have it playing. So I first listened to JID spitting because he opens up the song, and I thought I was listening to Pusha T. And I said, Push on an Eminem album? And then something clicked, and I said, no, that's JID. Yeah. And the fact that my mind is referencing Push and JID means that JID was spitting. Like,
yeah, I was about to say he's getting praise right now for this track.
Yeah, it is spitting. I felt like this was a Cole song, but Cole doesn't want any music out. I felt like Cole might have had a third verse on this, but after that whole Kendrick Drake debacle, he's been silent. So maybe Cole had a third verse to this, but Cole won't clear it or release it. But I'm kind of glad Cole isn't on it because it displays JID's skill in this. I like this track. I like the beat. I don't know who these producers are, but they did a great job. But once again, when I listen to this song, he knows how to find the good rappers of right now. That means he's culture. You know, that
he's
means
tapped in. He's definitely tapped in.
Yeah. And you want your elder statesmen, your older artists to be tapped in. You want them to be able to show love. You want them to give opportunities. And JID took care of this. Not gonna lie to you. I have to hear it a few more times to see who had the better verse. Because I think that's good. But JID might be one of the few to say got off on him. You know, and that don't happen. So, like I said, after a few more listens, I'm not gonna blow the lid off the water. I'm not gonna just say no outlandish take just to be saying anything. Maybe a few more listens, but I like this song a lot. When Antichrist kind of put me out of the mood, this pulled me right in. You know, so I like it. I don't even think this fits into the album, but I like it. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I almost feel the same way about Toby. I feel like Toby didn't fit the album, but it was it was thrown in, and it's a good song.
Yeah. This is really, really good.
Go ahead.
No,
bro. Okay. I mean, Eminem to me isn't known to, like, as of recently, to be an artist that goes outside of his camp for features. Maybe like the past couple of albums he's done as such, but the other features to me have always felt like forced, or maybe they were just picking somebody popular at that time. But when it comes to JID, I mean, even if he's popular, I think this is a perfect match for him, and he complemented JID, and if not excelled the track once Eminem's verse finally hit. Because yeah, again, JID came in and killed it, and he did his job. That's what JID did on this field track.
Yeah, he put a very good verse on this song. Looking at the lyrics of this song, this is the song where he went at Diddy. I don't know what his beef is with Diddy, but he seems to want to speak the truth about Biggie. I don't know.
I got you. So Eminem took offense to Diddy when MGK came out that track. Because that's Diddy's artist.
Oh, okay.
And so I think if I'm not mistaken, and he was taking shots at Diddy in his response to MGK, because it's a bad boy artist at the end of the day.
Yeah. Okay. Got you. I got you. Okay. Huh.
But you know, it does. I don't think Diddy can respond to him at this point. It's like you know, taking shots at somebody that's completely vulnerable. But I did bust out laughing to myself a little bit when he said that he was trying to beat up Cassie, because she ran out of the room with his dildo.
Yeah. Great timing, great bar. You know, hey, if you're gonna get it off, this is the time right now because Diddy's vulnerable for sure. But yeah, I like this verse too. I like where it went. Like I said, he did what needed to be done on this too. These are two very good verses. Good lyrical execution. I like it. It picked my mood right back up. This is the song that will be played whenever they go over the stream. I think this and Habits would probably be the most 2-stream songs if I had to choose.
It's gonna be tough to touch Houdini, but I think the consensus is this is the best song on the album.
Yeah.
As of right now, to first listen.
It's definitely a fan favorite. It's probably one of my favorites. Not gonna lie.
I'm going to get into Road Rage. This rap shit divided my panty lines. This rap shit divided my panty lines, Which side are you on? Social media got you fucking in the pantomime. Damn, why that line so long? Hold on, you know what? Dr. Dre didn't do much production on this album.
Which is why I like it.
You would like for him to not do that many songs?
Well, I mean, when you have an established artist like M, we've heard the Dre album before. So I mean, you want your artist to push new sounds and to find new pockets, and I think that was the beautiful part of this album. It's a new sound, new pocket. It doesn't sound like the same old M. You know, you want new music, and I think that's what he gave. So I like it. You know, Dre sound is Dre sound, so you don't want that all the time. At least if M's dropping a new album, I might want maybe 2 or 3 Dre tracks out of the whole thing because we've heard the Dre. We got Marshall Mathers LP, we've got Slim Shady LP. You know, we know what he sounds like over Dre beats.
You're going through these bars. Okay. So in Road Rage, I don't know if I've ever heard a song where people attack obesity.
Nah, and add that to the list. Definitely. Yeah. Definitely.
He starts up again talking. Well, I mean, he's not just talking about obesity. I guess he's talking about like instead of shaming and being sensitive, why don't we just do better? That's what I got out of it. Or like being overly sensitive.
Hey, getting at the fat people is crazy. Like I said, getting off, you know what I mean? If you had a list of people to piss off, you can add fat people to the list, man. The tone of this is very good. The beat I like on this song. he got the job done with this one. It's another very, very good song. Uh, I
Yeah,
don't
how
even
can I
have.
say some shit so mean? They're trying to make my mouth close like it's clothing.
Mhm.
It's what it
He's
is
good.
though. But this showbiz, so things ain't never truly over till Lizzo sings. Like I
Mm-hmm.
want that. We should
Fat
we
Lady
should
Sing.
go.
That's a bar. And let's just go to the next song, man. Let's just go to the next song. Like that, like this is no. This song right here is like a. We don't even. It's a good song. Very good song. Very good beat. He got his shit off. Next, like it takes not much discussion on this one. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
mean, I want to. Okay, I personally, Houdini. I don't even want to break down and talk about Houdini. The track had already came out. There's no surprise behind it, unless you got something in particular you want to talk about.
Um, I will say this. Houdini and I want to say track 4, Brand New Dance. Same song, if you ask me.
Oh yeah.
Um, and that's the issue. Um, if I'm cutting, if I'm cutting the album down, I'm taking one of those two out. Houdini has the music video, so maybe we don't need Brand New Dance. But
Without the music
Houdini,
video, that song is not good.
yeah, it's. I'll say okay.
It's like,
I'll
it's
say
like, it's like a promotion. It's more of a promotion. Houdini should have been a commercial on Netflix, like a quick ad or something like
it's the
that.
single. It's the single. People want Slim Shady. That's a Slim Shady song. So
Yeah.
um, the next one is the breaking news skit. I like that skit where he talks about the issues of his problems after speaking his mind because he got his shit off this whole album. So
Mhm.
you dealing with the controversy that comes with it. I want. Doesn't he speak to Jimmy Iovine in almost every album? Uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so I think this is the Jimmy
Jimmy and
Iovine.
Paul.
Yeah, this is the Jimmy and Paul skit right here, where which has been on plenty of his albums, where he has to deal with what the fuck he just said. So the skit I think is very good because it opens up for Guilty Conscience 2, which another very very good song. Um, I don't know if it should be called Guilty Conscience 2 because it doesn't carry the same weight as the first one. Like it's an actual true his guilty.
Mm, yeah.
Well, I'll say this. Um, the first guilty conscience was the guilty conscience of 3 people. Um, Guilty Conscience Part 2 is just Eminem's guilty conscience himself. So
Okay.
I don't know, maybe if he should have thought of another title, or maybe the nostalgia of the original Guilty Conscience would make people click to it, go to it, good marketing. But I like the song. Great song. Great fucking
Mm.
song. He did what he had to do. Um, we can get into the lyrics on that.
Yeah.
But he got his bars off. I like
Because
it.
at this point, Slim Shady's been putting went on a whole spree of offending and pissing people off, and so, he talks to. I mean, the conversation he has with Iveen in this skit. This is when I guess he wakes up, and then this is. I mean, basically Eminem and Marshall is facing off against Slim Shady, and here we go. We go. He goes. Why does it feel like I'm always being tortured? Bad apple spoils the whole orchard. Used to read comic books to learn more words, cause deep down I'm a dork, just a core nerd. Meaning nerd to the core till I'm cornered. Then I'm the corner. What shot is this? First, second, it's your third. Vision is more blurred. Vision is more blurred. Speech is more slurred. Can't even form words. It's like a dream up inside of a dream. I'm trapped in. It's worse than I could have imagined. It's madness. Can't wake up, try my damnedest, but old habits are coming back, and now transgenders attack us frontwards and backwards. They laugh and throw throw midgets at us. This ain't no dream now, huh? So what I mean now, You see how they try to make me out to be some kind of a mean, vile, obscene, foul prick. I kick one freestyle about beating down a special needs child, and these people freak out.
Yeah.
Told you
I
we
mean,
get slaughtered for saying retard. Our marshal gained his conscience.
yeah.
This may
You
come
gotta
as a shock, or yeah. I'm like, dang, this is a lot to this. You know what? Genius, y'all didn't take any. Did he just spaz on this? This isn't even set like structured like a regular song.
This is just a verse. This is a conversation, a verse, and another conversation. This song to me is somewhat of an apology, but it's not. I think this is somebody waking up saying, "Oh shit, I said some bullshit," you know, and I got to deal with come up with it. And I think it's the mind of an artist dealing with what he said in the moment. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, we're never present for when an artist is losing his mind over what's going on the internet. Like you got to put it in consideration. Do you remember when the baby got canceled?
Yeah.
And they were frying him on the internet for like 3 to 4 days. If you could sit in the room with him and watch him lose money over time, nobody's there.
Millions, hundreds of thousands.
That's a great point of view to have. Hey man, you just lost $1 million. You just lost Nike. You know, you just lost this endorsement. You know, you don't see that because we're not privy to see that. But when a person is going through that, they're losing their mind, and that's where the torture comes from in this verse. So I look at it like that, you know, dealing with the consequences of the words you said, dealing with those office people, you know, talking to Paul and Jimmy after you just lost the Jordan endorsement, you know, things like that.
You just literally just shamed anybody that people have sympathy for in today's society, Marshall.
Yeah. Different point of view. I like it. I appreciate it. I think it really, like I said, a lot of artistry in this album, a lot of different viewpoints in this album. I really like it. Another song where you give him a 10 out of 10 and say he did what needed to be done. I like this song right here.
That's not bad. I mean, so far we're at 2 skips.
Might be a 3 or 4.
Because no, we have brand new dance.
All you got. Breaking news.
All you got. Was that a skit?
Yep.
That's
all you got skit. Yep.
Okay. So you said all you got's a skip. Okay.
And then there's a skit at the beginning of Renaissance too. He still has bars on it, but there's a skit at the beginning. He's probably got about 4 skits.
I didn't say skit. I said skip.
Oh, skip. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, my fault. You good. That's my fault.
I got, as a skip, I just have brand new dance. And I'll say that Houdini is a skip, but it shouldn't be. And maybe Antichrist. After that, I'm good. I like Head Honcho a lot. I like the beat on that is top tier. I'm still not sure who produced that.
I think they say it's somebody named Jamil Aosi, but Easy Mill, that might be M's artist.
Okay.
I talked to one of my friends. I talked to one of my homies. Well, you know him. I talked to Ian. Ian mentioned that he might be a Shady artist, and he's whatever language people Filipino people speak. That's what he was rapping in. I thought it was Spanish, honestly.
Yeah.
I didn't know what he was saying in his language, but to me, his rhyme pattern sounded good. If that means anything.
Great. M came in, did what needed to be done. This is another song you can check off all the boxes for you. I don't have a big emotional attachment to this song. I don't think this song comes with a bunch of deep dive, but it's a good song and he did what needed to be done. I like it. Like I said, he did what needed to be done on this.
I think on this song he was more so referring to I put in the work and the ups and downs to be in the position that I'm at right now.
Mhm. Um, my brain understanding music marketing. I think this is one of those songs where he was just supposed to rap good, and the song itself serves another purpose other than being good. Like,
Mm,
but this is what they would call a dual marketing song, a bilingual song, or a song that can be played in different markets overseas. So
mm.
this gets some streaming overseas.
Okay, okay.
This is a universal song right here. This might not be played in the States, but it might do big numbers of overseas. So I
Mm.
get it. Music, music games, label games. This is one of those songs. But yet and still, beat good, verse good, tone good, tonality good. Everything's A plus across the board. Whoever produced this did a good job
Yeah, yeah,
of just arranging this and putting it together. I like it.
yeah. I agree.
I
I
normally
agree.
don't like label game songs, but this is a good one. Um,
Does he still have what's that? Is it Rosenberg? Is it he still got people at Def Jam kind of helping him structure his albums? I think there was some people were mentioning that something like that with his past albums.
I'm not sure. Um, I can tell that he has a different sound. That's what I can say.
Yeah.
You can
They,
tell that he's working with newer artists. You can tell that he's work. A lot of the artists that are on this album that aren't major label certified are not featured in the credits on this. So he's got a
mm,
few hooks that are sung. He's got a few beats that are played that we don't know who these people are, but they came in and did what needed to be done.
yeah, they got busy.
Yeah, they did. But that lets you know that he's working with a lot of unknown, underage, newer artists coming to this game, which is
I
it's
think
good to
I
find.
think I think it was Vince Staples was the first artist I said that decided to do that because he wanted people to just hear the song all the way through. He never wanted to let people know who's featured on his albums.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think it's creative to get that full listen through.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, in the industry these days, if you are not afforded the luxury of being credited based on who you are, and stature, so unknown guy might send a beat and may lose his credit, but still make the album. Because there's
Mm.
still a few names on this album, but just the unknown names. Like we've got a Skylar Gray, we've got a um, we've got a Jid credit, but I think White Gold is the guy singing the hooks. We don't know who he is.
Yeah.
It doesn't always show up, when you're playing it. Majority of this album, when I listened to it from title, I think I didn't know the credits on a lot of the features.
Okay.
Just
All
the
right.
unknown features.
Yeah. I think. All right. Going into the next track, temporary. At this point, it seemed like he's like. It seems like Marshall is like cleaning up, gathering this up, gathering his thoughts and improving. And in this song in particular, he as he's going through this battle within himself, the person that balances him out the most, who's always balanced him out on all these songs, is Haley.
Yeah, yeah. I like this song. It's a tribute song. My only critique of this song is that if you listen, there's no beat.
Mm.
It's only piano keys playing, and rapping to no beat is kind of crazy because it sometimes it doesn't flow. It may go out of pocket a little bit, but it sounded good and it was decent. I can't critique this song lyrically and conceptually based on what it's about. You just got to give somebody flowers for this song. The
Okay.
chorus is
It's,
great. He has a song similar to this that came out a few years ago with Beyonce. I don't know if you remember the song, but I think it might. To me, this might be a song from that same recording session because it has the same sound. But there was no
mm.
There was no beat present on that. The Walk on Water song with Beyonce and Eminem. I don't know if you remember, but
yeah. I mean, it's been a while since I listened to it, but I am familiar with that song.
Yeah, but it was a lot in that same pocket. So like I said, I can't call this. I can't critique this song. This is a song for his daughters. It's about love. It's about what you say to your loved ones once you're gone. So I'm not gonna hate on this song or say anything negative. He did what needed to be done. That was a good song.
Moving on, we've got another track with White Gold. I'm not even familiar with White Gold, but I think White Gold. I like White Gold's choruses so far. This is my first introduction to White Gold.
Yeah. That was decent. It wasn't a favorite. It wasn't a least favorite. I would say it was just decent, but not bad. Not bad. At this point, he's finishing up and cleaning up the album, and the personality and tonality is changing. You're getting a lot more Marshall by the time you get to this.
I haven't heard these two bonus tracks yet. Kyrie and Luca and Like My Shit. I haven't heard that yet.
I haven't heard that either.
So I'm not gonna review it. I haven't heard it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Toby. I got mixed feelings about this Toby song.
Okay, let's go. Let's tackle it.
I like. I'm gonna tell you what I like about it before I tell you what I don't like about it.
That's fair.
I like that Eminem is making a conscious effort to let niggas know that he feels like he's the GOAT. On this song, he was talking about, Eminem was bitten by a spider, or Spider-Man was bitten by a spider, but I was bitten by a goat. I am the GOAT. I'm the greatest. I like the competition aspect. I like him reminding people he's the elder statesman. I like his affinity for saying he is the top dog, because in hip hop we embrace competition. I like everything about that in this song. So let me tell you what I don't like. I don't ever want to hear Big Sean and Eminem together again.
Really? Okay.
I know that they're both from Detroit. I know that they can rap their ass off. They don't sound good together. I don't like this verse on this song.
I think you're going into a hot take alert.
I don't feel like it's a hot take. I don't think they songs got too many streams anyway. Big Sean is cold right now, as far as how people feel about him. As far as when was the last good Big Sean verse you heard? When was the last time Big Sean has really made a impact in the culture? A lot of his verses and songs just come and go. So I mean, him working with Big Sean might have just been a layup. He might have did it just to be nice. But this song to me, only because of, I think this song needed a little more creativity. I think M's verse is cold, but the beat, the tone, the chorus, this is a skip for me, and it shouldn't be. But I think Big Sean's presence, and I think the chorus and the beat throw off how you feel about the song. And the Spider-Man theme of this song is just like, you want to, don't compare a GOAT to Spider-Man right now. Be Eminem. And talk your shit. Don't do it under the guise of trying to follow a superhero theme. But that's just it could just be me by myself on these thoughts.
There's nothing wrong with having an opinion.
Yeah. Like I said, I like M's verse. To me, on this song, subtract Big Sean, subtract the chorus, you might have a good song right there.
Wow. Yeah, that's I'm about to say. See, me, I actually I really like the chorus. I thought Big Sean did his thing. That guy Babytron as well. They had the first verse. That was my
Mhm.
first time hearing him. I don't really have much of a history of listening to him.
Yeah.
Um, I think this particular song itself, I feel like this single is going to be perfect for a lot of soundtracks
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. You know
and
what?
commercials.
Yes. Yes. But as a listen, I don't think I'm ever playing this again. And I want to hear that M verse again. But you got to go through so much to get to it. It's just, whew. But
Well, I
somebody,
mean, I've listened to it. I've listened to this single a bunch of times. I mean, I don't know. Like the leading singles sometimes get played a lot. I'll just say that to its
yeah,
core. So
yeah, I,
I felt like I've had my fun with the Toby song already,
okay,
and it has nothing to do with the album, personally
yeah,
to me.
yeah. But you can tell by how it comes on at the end. Honestly, um, the "Somebody Save Me" song.
That's
This
going to be
song,
another hit. That's going to be a huge hit because Jelly Roll is that guy.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This song right here, when I heard it, I said one thing, and I don't want to take away from artistry, but this song is marketing right here.
That's all
Um,
it is. Yeah, it's a plan.
um, in my opinion of personalities, in my opinion of culture, in my opinion of knowing Eminem as a fan, not say I know him personally. There's no road when Jelly Roll and Eminem meet. These two people would never have a conversation. They would never go kick it. Um, you know, Eminem is never going to the outskirts of Mississippi to go
Bruh.
sip on
But
a
Jelly
beer.
Roll's a part of the strange music, the Tech Nines, the
No,
that kind of movement. And Jelly Roll is popular as hell, so I guess you're right.
Jelly Roll is similar to a country artist. He's a country singer in the body of of a rock star. He's more Post Malone than he is an actual um than he would ever be to hip hop.
Oh yeah,
He's what
that's a fact. But you know what? Okay, at this climate, do you grab Kid Rock or do you grab Jelly Roll?
you grab. Okay, my opinion. You can find somebody. You can. Chris Brown can sing this hook. Usher can sing
Mm.
this hook.
Whose
Um,
decision you don't think? Do you think it's clearly probably not Eminem's decision to have Jelly Roll on this album?
you get what I'm saying. But
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
cross over into a different market, you put Jelly Roll on this hook, and
I
that's
got
what
you.
I'm saying. So this song will be played um, at a lot of strange places that Eminem probably won't be present.
Hmm.
Um, at the boat party on the lake, you're gonna hear this Jelly Roll with Eminem.
Yeah,
But
I've been some places with some people that bump the Jelly Roll. I mean, I not knocking on him, but look, there's a fan base for everybody. That's all I'm gonna
yeah,
say.
yeah, yeah. And I think
And
this song is going to put Eminem in the fan base of Jelly Roll.
yeah.
Jelly Roll is not hip hop, so it's just him crossing over, doing a collab with an artist to get him out of hip hop genre.
All right. Well, okay. I'm not going to go into those bonus tracks. So
Mhm.
next question I have for you is who do you think had the better list of tracks on here? Eminem, I mean Marshall or Slim Shady? Who had the best tracks?
Um, it's hard for me. Well, if you're counting Houdini and
I
if
think
you're
they both are
counting
in Houdini.
okay, are you counting Brand New Dance as Slim?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have to count. Yeah, Brandon Dance Slim.
Okay. What about Evil, Lucifer, Antichrist, Fuel? Who is
That has to be. What would you call that? I think I would call that. mm, They're still
I'm not
kind of going back and forth, aren't they?
I can't keep up with who's who.
Hold on. Let me go
a
back to
lot
Lucifer. Let me see.
I think a lot of these songs are a variation of both. Matter of fact, no, I'll say the first 12 are Shady,
Mm-hmm.
and the last 7 are Eminem.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And I have to go with Shady on this album
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of my favorite tracks are on the front of this album. Um, Renaissance, Habits, but I think Renaissance is M. You know, so I think we can't. It's hard to pinpoint who's who on
Yeah.
each
Renaissance.
song.
Renaissance would be M.
Yeah.
Well, as a total though, I mean, you've probably seen examples around other people. You know, people
Mhm.
have fun with the wild guy that pops. Basically, the guy who's sober is never freaking fun. And I think we'll always know that Eminem is good, but I mean it's great. But I don't know if people are going. If I don't know if Marshall will ever reach the fame that Slim Shady has.
Mm. It's hard to do. I'm not gonna lie.
Hmm.
It is definitely hard to do. But I mean, it's hard to figure out who's who on this album. But he definitely got it done. If you ask me,
I got you. I
great
got
piece
you.
of.
I'll say as a overall, I'm enjoying this. I'm gonna just see how I feel within these next couple of days. If I'm gonna rotate this a lot. If I'm gonna you know pick and poke at what I'm gonna favor more.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got a lot of albums coming out this year, so I'm kind of
Yeah,
excited for this year as far
yeah,
as hip hop.
same.
Okay. I
I'm
mean,
definitely excited.
anything you want to include? I was about to end this stream.
Um, I just want to go through Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
He's getting
Yes, of
a lot of
course.
love for this album. I'm just going through right now, scrolling my screen. I mean, another listen, you got an 8 out of 10 from fans. Um,
Top
uh,
three songs.
yeah, top 3, Guilty Conscience 2, Lucifer, Antichrist. So those songs right there, my opinion might not be valid.
Mm.
Um, fans calling it 10 out of 10. Been listened to 3 times already. A lot of people are giving it more listens. It's got a lot of replay value.
Hmm.
Um, fourth re-listen, um, psychological thriller. That's something I haven't heard about lately. So it's definitely pretty good. Um, this is a nice story right here. The death of Slim Shady, the death of Eminem, and the death of Marshall Mathers.
Mm.
So not only did Shady and Eminem die, maybe Marshall Mathers did too. I think that's where the
Mm.
song comes into play. So
Some people believe that Eminem's going into retirement. I think that he's. I think. I mean, there might be a chance that he might try and go away with Slim, or he just brings Slim out every once in a while out of his career.
I don't think Slim Shady's dead.
Because I don't think
Um,
he doesn't need controversy to sell records anymore, and I think that's what the whole goal was.
I mean, I think just what he likes to rap about is controversial. I don't think he's looking for it.
Mm.
So,
Okay. Okay.
but I think he got it done. I think he'll be back. I don't think he's retiring. I think he's just working at a pace to where he doesn't have to rush. Only time I've seen M rush is I think he put out Revival and it wasn't recepted well, so he dropped Kamikaze real quick behind it. But with the how the fans are viewing this album, I think that he'll be able to sit down for a while, take his time, and do what he wants to do.
Do you think this is going to spark any other artists? Do you think this is going to spark other artists or influence them to might want to, come out with an album or step their game up? I think he set a lyrical tone with these metaphors.
No. I think what he does on his albums, he's one of a kind. So I don't see a lot of people trying to copy what he does because it's hard. You can't do it anyway.
Not verbatim, but some people want to make hit songs. Some other rappers have said that they feel uncomfortable or they don't want to give people bars because they don't think people want to listen to bars anymore. But then you got Eminem that's giving out bars, and right. He's more than likely about to at least be 1 or 2 in sales, probably for like 2 weeks or a month straight.
Yeah,
for consecutive weeks.
Yeah, I can see somebody putting out more bars. I think it puts a lot of pressure on. I heard Kendrick Lamar has an album coming, so I think that'll put pressure on him. We'll see. We'll see though. But I think what he wants ain't too far behind.
Okay.
Good album. I think it'll be at top for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and possibly until somebody else drops. Pop genre. I don't know who's dropping in pop right now to change the spectrum. He might have a good hold on what's going on in culture for a while if nobody else comes out. Like I said, I'm not sure what Kendrick is doing because he might be gearing up to drop something. But he found a good opening because nothing is scheduled to be out soon.
You talking about you talking about regarding Eminem?
Yeah, he found a good time. Nobody's scheduled to come out right now. So Drake and Kendrick kind of shut down releases for a while in May. So nobody has to check the date. Nobody knows what's new.
Joyner Lucas suffered from that damn beef.
Yeah. People are afraid to put out music right now. So we'll see. I think Eminem might reign for 6 weeks or until somebody finds something new. But.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's going to conclude the stream. Please hit that like button if you get this far into our stream. We'll gladly appreciate it. And hit that subscribe button for me, especially if you're an Eminem fan. And then in my community tab, I got a poll up of what's the most goofiest, silliest song that Eminem's ever made. I'm going to nominate FACK, F-A-C-K. I know some other people have mentioned that freaking Role Model will be up on that list. You got the silliest or goofiest song or wackiest song Eminem's ever done?
I'm gonna have to go with Superman, and there's another one. Let me go through my Eminem playlist real quick, and it won't be long. It ain't. I know it as soon as I see it. I'm back. Yeah. When he talked about Jennifer Lopez being his mother and fucking her, having a son and a new brother at the same time, you're not claiming it. Yeah. Gotta love it. Salute. Salute him. You know what I mean? True lyricism.
I got you. All right, well, shoot. That's going to conclude it. Appreciate you, Jay, for hopping in with us.
No problem, dog.